Did you have ACL surgery and you're in the process of getting back to sport? We're gonna go over 4 hop tests that you have to be doing and have to pass them before you go back to sport. My name is Dr. Marco Lopez, Doctor of Physical Therapy and co-founder of the Basketball Doctors, and we're gonna be talking about ACL reconstruction and the return to sport rehab. So whenever you have ACL reconstruction surgery, one of the most important things you have to do is 1, take your time with your rehab, and 2, pass several tests before you get cleared to go back to sport. And today we're just gonna go over some of the hop tests that have been supported with literature on if you pass them, you are less likely to re-tear your ACL. So the majority of ACL tears happen when you go back too soon or when you're not cleared. So we're gonna go over 4 tests, and remember, these are just 4 hop tests. There's other testing that has to be done, like strength testing and other things, but we're just gonna go over the 4 hop tests at the bare minimum you have to pass in order to go back to sport. So let's just jump into it. All right, guys, we're gonna go over the 4 hop tests that you have to pass before you go back to sport at the bare minimum. So the first one's a single leg hop for distance. Whenever we do the single leg hop for distance, we're gonna be starting at a starting point, and we're gonna be measuring where you start with your toe and then where you land at your heel. And you're gonna do everything on both sides. So every single hop test that we do, we're gonna compare it to the other side, and we're gonna find out what the difference is between the both. Whenever you do these hop tests, especially the first 3 that we're gonna go over, you wanna land and stick the landing. So when I hop, I don't wanna be hopping, then hopping again. I wanna hop it and then stick it. So that's gonna make a lot more sense when we do the test, but we want you to try to go max effort. That way we could really find out what the difference is between your left and your right leg and find out where you're at in your rehab. So remember, guys, we're gonna measure from your toe to your heel and then compare that to the other side. And in order for that hop to count, you have to stick it. And when you stick it, you wanna be able to stick it with the knee bent in a good position, not so much like falling over. So you wanna be in a good, controlled position when you stick the first 3 hops that we're gonna go over. So we're gonna go over the single leg hop. So with the single leg hop, we're gonna go as far out as we can and stick it. So here, I'm gonna go from here, bend, and try to stick it. So I didn't hop out, so that still counts. And then you do that with your other side, hop, stick, and you see how on my left one I went further, the right one I didn't go as far. So we're gonna measure each hop and then compare with the other side. So that's the single leg hop. And then we're gonna go over the triple hop, single, triple hop. So you're gonna hop twice and then stick the 3rd one. So I'll show you guys here. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So I didn't stick the first 2, I stick the last one. That's a single leg triple hop. Same rules apply, you have to stick it, you gotta measure the distance compared to your other side. The next one's gonna be the triple crossover hop. So the triple crossover hop, imagine there's a line going straight forward here. You're gonna hop to either side and then stick on the 3rd one. So here, I imagine there's a line here, so I'm gonna hop to my outside, then to my inside, then back to the outside. So it's gonna look something like this. Same rules apply, I need to stick the landing. I'm gonna measure from where I'm starting at my toe to the back of my heel. Same thing with the right side. So because on my left leg, I went to the outside first, so I'm gonna do the same thing with my right leg. So I'm gonna go here, 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 and stick. So that's the triple hop crossover. The last one is the 10-meter hop for time. So you're gonna set up 10 meters and you're gonna start a timer. You actually need a partner, or you can do it yourself, and you're gonna hop through the entire time as fast as you can. So this, you're not sticking, you're actually just going as fast as you can. So I wanna be hopping as fast as I can across that finish line and time that compared to your other side. So instead of the other ones where we had to stick it, this one you have to go through. And those are the 4 hop tests. You gotta make sure that you do all those 4 hop tests 3 times, and then from those 3 successful reps, you get the average, and then from the average, you compare that to your other side. Meaning you're gonna do that hop test, let's say the single leg hop test 3 times, successfully land it, meaning when you land it, you wanna stick it and not have your other leg come down. You have to be able to stick it where the other leg doesn't touch or your hand doesn't touch or do anything like that. You get the average distance after 3 of them and compare that with your other leg 3 times. You do the same thing on all of them. So the 3 hop tests and then the other hop test, which is just more for time, you do that 3 times. And just make sure you're being honest with yourself. That way you could really get a good score on finding out where you're at. All right guys, so those are the 4 hop tests that you have to pass in order to go back to sport. We're looking at a minimum of 90%, but at least in our opinion, we wanna be 95 to 100% compared to your other side when you do this test. So those are the 4 hop tests. Like I said, those aren't the only things you have to pass before you go back to sport, but that's part of it. You also have to do testing and other things that have to be done before you go back to sport. So hopefully you guys like this video. We have a lot of videos on ACL recovery. Click the link below. And if you guys have any questions regarding ACL rehab, surgery options, send us a message or send us an email or reach out to us. My name is Dr. Marco Lopez. Let's ball for life for the basketball doctors.